Hi, I'm Dirk Charlson, the Digital Ag Extension Educator for UNL. And today I want to talk about the answers for the imagery contest, part of the Crop Skills Challenge held this year at Husker Harvest Days. But before I do that, I want to say thank you for participating in the Crop Skills Challenge. I also want to thank Ceres and FarmFlight for providing the imagery that we used in this activity. In this contest, we looked at variation in fields using either satellite or drone imagery. Variation can be divided into two categories: man-made or environmental. Man-made variation is going to result from or can be observed as straight lines and symmetrical variation in the field, whereas environmental, you're going to have irregular shapes. So looking at these maps, first one, map number 1, the answer was replanted corn with delayed emergence. And so when we look at this imagery, the red indicates vegetation and the blue is showing less vegetation than the areas around it. And so what this suggests is that this area that's in the polygon was planted later because it wasn't the canopy wasn't as full as it is in the other areas. And because it is showing straight lines and a clear polygon, it does suggest a man-made variation. Number 2, the answer is flooded field with pooled water. This is a thermal imagery, and we can see that there are areas that are cool, which are within the polygons, and outside those polygons, the temperature is warmer. We will find that with water will generally be cooler than the area around it, such as dry soil. And so this is an example of flooded areas or pooled water. And of course, the reason is because it is cooler. Number 3, the answer is irrigation nozzle issue resulting in a dry region. And so when we look at this pivot, again, we're looking at thermal imagery. And if we focus in the area between the two concentric circles, we see that there is a clear circle of a warmer part of that field. And what this indicates is that an irrigation nozzle on that pivot is probably plugged and not adding the necessary water. And so that's why it is warmer than the other areas of that image. Number 4, the answer is irrigation leak resulting in overwatering. Again, this is thermal imagery. And if we look within that polygon, we see a straight line of cooler temperature. And so this is an indication, again, of water standing. And this would probably represent gravity irrigation. Number 5 is poor emergence. And so what we're looking at here, again, is vegetative information, and the redder the color, the more vegetation. If we look within the polygon, we see some irregular shapes, and it is appears to have less vegetation. And so this is one indication of poor emergence, probably resulting from flooding. Number 6, the answer is sprayer miss. And what we see here is a triangular piece that's lighter in color, which indicates that part of the field, the chemical was not applied. Probably what happened here is that the operator did his pass, but did not follow through and complete his pass. Number 7, the answer is cloud shadow. And so this is drone imagery, and we can see these dark, irregular shaped areas, and that's a result of clouds. Number 8, the answer is nitrogen streaking. And so this is an operational variation. And so what we're seeing here is these vertical green lines probably indicates that when the sprayer was applying the fertilizer, that on each pass, the boom the edge of the boom reapplied additional nitrogen. So it basically doubled the rate, which would probably make it greener. Number 9, the answer is iron deficiency chlorosis, and that is indicated by these irregular yellow areas in the field. Iron deficiency chlorosis results in the soybeans' inability to take up iron, which then causes them to turn yellow. And lastly, map number 10, the answer is planter downforce calibration error. And this is indicated by looking at the top of the field, and we can see that there is canopy closure. As we move south, we see that you can see the rows, and there's space between the rows, so those plants did not form canopy closure. And within those rows, you can see potentially individual plants or space between the plants. And planter downforce can cause poor emergence issues if not calibrated correctly. Again, I want to thank you for participating in this year's Crop Skills Challenge. Thank you.